What's up, guys? It is your boy Will, and welcome to another day, another video. I am so excited to be back after Christmas holiday. I hope you guys had a phenomenal Christmas. I have a new screen recording software. I'm testing it out. It's called Screen Studio. This thing is pretty sick. I'm hoping the editing side. This is my first video I'm making on it. First video. I'm so excited. But hopefully it'll make the process of recording the screen and myself a little easier, make the editing a little easier, and we can all just have some fun. But I hope you guys had an incredible holiday season, an incredible Christmas. We're coming up on the new year. Today is December 30th, a Tuesday. I'm coming up on a Tuesday. Let's go. All right. Welcome to Design Weekly Spotlight, where I find really cool designs on X. Primarily, sometimes it's Behance, sometimes it's just around the world, around the web, and we got some cool designs to showcase you guys, some cool designers. Week 7 is a doozy. I have a ton of stuff to go over, some recent, some I had banked for a while, since like week 4. It's funny because in my weekly spotlight Millinote stuff, I have like weeks and extras like built out, and as you guys can see here, this one's 12 cards. Which is basically like a week 1, week 2 kind of setup there. So just a lot of stuff on here, but a lot of really good stuff. So let's go and dive into it. The first post that we have here on X, Instagram, but it's Android app by Google. Oh my goodness. I really liked so I'm an Apple user, iPhone through and through. I'm Project Orange right now. Project Orange. Orange is actually my favorite color, so it's like the main reason. But it's so hard to find a wallpaper because despite what it is, the orange peels through the sides. And so legitimately it is hard to find a background because you see orange. So if you have like any other color, it's kind of off. So a little difficult, but orange is my favorite color. It pops and it's pretty nice. So I do love the Google overall UI and interface. Like Google Apps, I think are really nice, and Google has really good internal design. Even though I think Apple is so much better, Google still has it. So I picked this mainly because I did really like overall the aesthetics, and the just general style, and overall flair. I don't like the deculturalization of the Instagram word mark. I think the Instagram word mark just has so much character to it. And so just seeing basically like Helvetica bold on there. I actually don't know what font that is, but a basic sans serif layout. But overall, I love the change to the stories versus just the profile picture, to where you can see a little bit of a preview of that, and the clear like, hey, add your story to it as well. I think that is really sweet. This method here, where like as you swipe over, the photo expands, I think is really cool. I do think it breaks a little bit when people do carousels now on Instagram and you like swipe it over and you get to see some of the stuff. But anyway, overall, really like this UI UX design. I thought it was a really cool and interesting concept, and I love the first comment I just saw there, Google Plus, if it was still here. So big shout out to JVEPNG for posting this and giving us some inspiration and stuff to pull from. Up next, we got Dean Davies. I really have been into process, or kind of more of the technical aspects of design recently. And so I love seeing posts in addition to, hey, here's the technical drawing, here's the aspect. I just finished a podcast episode yesterday with a boy, Isaac. And Isaac, we went over some of his process and stuff like that. And he actually has some concepts that he posted. And so I thought it was really cool. And I really just generally like this style here. I think sports scores with the diversity of logos and how logos don't match is already a challenge. So like these logos, obviously, like unfortunately you can't choose the logo. And so when you make designs, it has to kind of be universal. But I love the texture and pattern. I love the colors. This is, I think, a La Liga style. I'm not a big soccer nerd. I don't know all the different brands and different things, but I think this is a La Liga style that you have there. But then I also really liked the technical drawings, so I thought that was really good. Shout out to Dean Davies. All these links to these projects are in the description. So if you like one, you want to follow a specific creator, go check the description. It's there. This one is just, it's time. It's time to lock the frick in for 2026. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's already next year. It is already next year. So the work you do today reflects into the next year. So make sure you guys are doing the right work and having the habits and the discipline and the will to dominate in 2026, because if you start on January 1st, you're already starting behind. And so I love that Rico had me in my 2 a.m. grind. I truly believe some of my best design and creative work, like my Pros glass logo, I made at like 2, 3 a.m. And so I think those are some of the days once you get married and you're having kids and things like that, like it's harder to have those 2 a.m. grinds. Maybe it's easier if your kid's waking up in the middle of the night and you just have your laptop and you're swaddling while you're designing or something like that. I don't know. But sometimes you got to stay up late and change the world. You know, sometimes you just got to stay up late and do the work in the dark, because they say it doesn't happen overnight, but I think it does happen overnight. It happens in the late hours. Happens while everyone else is sleeping. It happens at the 4 a.m. wake ups. Happens all through those things. So I really like the 2 a.m. grind, Rico. Keep at it. And the design, it shows. It's really good. Really well designed. And just shout out to Rico there. So next up we have, I'm going to butcher this name, Shantau with a brand identity. I have been following and tracking a ton of brand identities recently, especially brand identity processes. Oh my gosh, this is so sick. And charts. Charts are just, as you get older, there's a few things. Like when I was 20, I didn't care about a nice vacuum. What else? A good dishwasher, a good stove. Like you don't care about those things when you're 20. You don't care about charts when you're 20. But when you're 30 and you're building reports and you're doing charts are nice charts. And so a good vacuum is a good vacuum. We're like, oh my gosh, Mom, let's go. Send me some Christmas money so I can buy the Shark vacuum or whatever vacuum you like, the Dyson. But I really like the overall clean aesthetic. Gradients and drop shadows that produce glow are kind of in right now. I think there's a lot of different element pieces to this that I really liked. And the dark aesthetic, the dark orange, again, team orange, the dark orange aesthetic really attracted me to this bit. And I really like these overall designs as well. So really exciting. Shenatu, however you pronounce your name, I'm sorry. Great work. Thank you for posting and sharing and inspiring all of us. The hottest logo ever. This was really sick. This goes into animation. I am really trying to learn After Effects again and get into some of these 3D softwares and play. That's some big goals that I have for. Oh, I was getting a call there. I need to put myself on Do Not Disturb. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I been really getting into After Effects again and learning motion and trying to like understand how to use motion in design, and just freaking love things that move. Like Isaac and I talked about this on the podcast episode, hopefully dropping next Friday. So not this Friday, but the next Friday. Check it out. It's really good. Isaac is a staple in the esports world. It's going to be incredible. But we talked a lot about motion design and that is a focus that he has. But design is with AI, it's super tough because, you know, design is taking over or is being taken over by this software, which is crazy in and of itself. But good designers will always be there. I have high hopes that the AI as a tool for designers, not replacing designers. There just will be more spread out and different things, smaller teams. But just being able to add motion to your design for social posts, including it in video, including it in high converting activities. And then you have to separate, like, is the art for me? Is it for a specific type of person, or is it to sell something? Because all of those different things change how design works with you and changes how you have to think about the process of design. And so I think being able to add motion to it can just help expand the story. And so I really want to learn After Effects, even more than I already know this year in 2026. There's a few things. I want to get better at websites. I want to get better at motion and even motion in websites. There's a website that we're going to review at the State of the End. It's the last thing we're going to talk about that will blow your freaking mind. But just adding motion to videos is really sweet. And so shout out to Dimitri. Incredible. The hottest logo ever. Really love the switches and all of the motion effects there. Incredible. All right, we're going to crank through these. I love coffee, and this gives me inspiration to do some product design. One of my friends works at Dutch Brothers. She is the creative director over there and basically does all their design work and stuff like that. So when I saw this, I thought of her and thought about this kind of stuff that I've seen her do and post on her Instagram story and things like that. But it's just interesting little take on the flat with the background and playing with scale and dimension, but also like just super flat. And so really like this. I'm a huge coffee fan. I got my coffee here ready to go. I got the orange iPhone. I got my Starbucks coffee. I'm a freaking nerd, baby. Anyway, from Shannon 2, again, great work on the layout for those coffees. Our free texture of the week is going to be these cloud textures by Pietro. I don't know why I gave the accent, but when I see Pietro, I just think of Pietro, Italian. I don't know. I'm horrible at this stuff. Dang it. But Pietro gave away a bunch of these free cloud 4K textures, and clouds are really good to add depth and dimension. I use the generate clouds all the time in Photoshop to add texture to backgrounds or to create different highlights and shadows. And so this will it gives you more assets to do. So free asset of the week by Pietro. Link will be in the description so you guys can check those out and download. Now, these I added in the last week, so we're going to quickly crank through them, and then we're going to get to our main feature of the week, which is insane. One is Google Design. A little note, and I'm going to put this on my second channel, a full video going over this, but Google Design released their own font, the Google Sans Flex, which is a really fun font to play with. It is the definition of taking a variable font to the max. And so the artists that work on this, huge shout out to them. They are incredible. But there's a ton. This is one of the most versatile fonts I've ever seen. It literally gives you almost unlimited possibilities across, which is just incredible to see. And every aspect. And so Google dropped that on December 20th, so 10 days ago, so I'm a little late, but I've been on a holiday, so I haven't been able to talk about it yet. But I highly recommend you guys check it out. That link will also be in the description. Boom. Twitter wrapped as a concept. This I thought was just really cool design because it takes the grunge textures from X. I don't like the grunge icon from X. I think it's too different than the other icon, so I never use that one. But I love grunge texture. Grunge texture is in all of my work, and I thought this layout was just incredible. Obviously, super basic text, super basic hierarchy, but I really like the texture on this, and that is what made me pick it for week 7 of the Weekly Design Spotlight. 2 more before the final. We have some recent design work from our boy Kyle. Kyle has been featured on Weekly Design Spotlight before. Absolute stud. And I mean, you can just see as this flips through, his content is absolutely amazing. And some of these designs are very inspiring and gives me a lot of ideas for how I can incorporate some of my own work into concepts. Like, one of the coolest parts about being a freelancer. I'm not a freelancer. I don't do freelance work. But if you are a freelancer, you just get to work on a variety of projects that all look and feel different versus when you work for one company. You can explore and experiment, but you got to stay true to the core so that way the users get the same experience over and over again. And this is a cool thing because it gives me inspiration to play with as brands evolve, because you have to give them a consistent experience, but that consistent experience needs to evolve over time in a direction. And so this is just really cool work. A lot of inspiration there. Thank you, Kyle, for sharing. Kyle's link will be there. Boom. Another process video. And I've really been getting a ton of these on my X account. Follow me on X at Will Haddock. Been getting a ton of these process videos, which I really like, but it's having them pull all the pieces together. Obviously, they already have it designed and they're just dragging them into frame and different things like that. But I really liked this overall, oh man, I could see their whole process on how they create this final bit. And it's not really the process of them making it from scratch, but piecing it together. Thought it was a really cool concept, really cool social video. Maybe I will do some type of content like this in the future and post just on my channel. So thank you, Brand Baden Studios for sharing that. Now, for my favorite post of the week, the last post of this Weekly Design Spotlight, we have one of the most creative websites ever. And I've seen a lot of videos pop up of this website. And we'll go and check it out too in person, just on our browser. Boom. but it is adrianfamy.fr. .fr makes me think it's a French designer. But the overlay, how the menu pops out, the fluid transitions, I can't believe it's a website. So let's go ahead and boom. Go check this bad boy out for ourselves. Boom. Who am I? Adrien Lamy. So you have him, drag, grab. Oh, whoa, see, look at that. That's insane. The fact that how did he make this? Like, this is the cool part about just design in general, and like AI is like, I don't know if this is a React website or built in like a program called like Webflow or something like that, but the fact that this exists is just crazy. And then the finger follows you. You can pull his finger, and pulling the finger, I think, brings out the menu. Whoa, there we go. About stuff. Now, obviously, like a client trying to work with you, like, I would have to do this on mobile, but some clients might not want to go through all the process of this. Like, it's fun and stuff like that. It's cool. Showcases a high amount of skill. But you never know. Like, there's just parts to it. Look at that. LinkedIn, portfolio, email him, going over different works. Let's see. Let's just click on this one. Dogstudio.co. I've not previewed this. I have no idea what this is. So if it's crazy, I'm sorry. Look at that. So did he make this website? Interesting. Maybe. Let's check out another one here. Front end. So yeah, he talks about the different elements that he did. So I think it's just a web designer and stuff like that. So I think that's cool. I think it's cool with all the animations and the floating things that actually track with your mouse. Like, that's crazy that the head tracks with where the mouse is the whole time. Just one of the most well-built websites I've ever seen. Anyway, that is it for your weekly design spotlight. I hope you guys have a great week, a great new year. Glad to be freaking back. If you guys have any things that you guys want to check out or want me to check out, or your profiles, you want me to review your profile, leave it in the comments below. Tell me what you think about the designers we have here, and I will see you guys. I have new videos every single week. Subscribe, like the video, check it out. We have design stuff. We're going over Affinity, tutorials, Photoshop tutorials. We're learning all about design. So just thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video later this week. Peace.